What's going on, guys? My name is ExxotikGaming and welcome back once again to another Pixel Gun 3D video. As you all can tell from the title, in today's video we're taking a look at the adamant version of the laser spear, known as the Adamant Spear. This thing is kind of like a very similar version of the laser spear. It's just like more of so a reskin of the laser spear, but it looks really cool and it is very powerful. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Really quickly, I just wanted to let you all know my voice is still killing me. I am dying literally from this freaking mono. It really sucks. Not literally dying, don't take that out of context, but it really sucks. It's really hard to talk, and I would really appreciate it if you guys left a like down below because I'm pushing through. I'm dealing with it, and I'm just trying to get these videos out for you all. So please leave a like to show your support to the channel, and let's get into this, guys. Going into the armory section, heading over to our special section, this is the Adamant Spear. Now look at the design of the Adamant Spear, this legendary efficiency 28 special weapon, and then look at the laser spear. I don't really know which one looks better. I might actually have to say the laser spear looks a little bit better in my personal opinion, but I would like you guys to let me know down below in the comments which one you think looks better. I don't really know. It's all up to you guys. Now this weapon is a single shot just like the laser spear, and every other stat is exactly the same. It has a piercing shot ability, which basically means you can hit multiple people with one single shot. It has a firing rate of 55, which is pretty slow. It has a 1 capacity and a 7 weight. But the way this weapon is animated and the way it shoots enemies is just so cool. You kind of swing your spear towards an enemy, and then this curling, glowing orb-like thing comes out of it, and it just destroys the enemy, and it's really cool. So what we're going to do right now is jump into Colosseum here, hopefully get some kills with this thing, but I have to say, right off at the very beginning, this is actually not that powerful in terms of the special weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. I'm a little disappointed almost. I mean, with the as slow of firing rate that this weapon has, it's really easy for people to avoid this thing when they are using it, because this thing is not a one-shot body shot. It's only a one-shot headshot, and it's pretty difficult at range to hit people with the headshot. You're going to need to use this thing at close range if you want to use this thing. Don't use this thing pretty much in any other map other than Colosseum, because this is the map where you're going to have the lowest or the slowest amount of time, and it's going to be the least effect of that whole travel time that this weapon has. But I mean, look at this thing. This guy can easily avoid my shots, and in the end, look at that. It didn't even register the kill for some reason, which again, is kind of that stupid little glitch that the people have. Not the glitch, the gadget that people have, whatever the heck it's called. It's like the resurrection gadget, but hey, it's whatever. You guys can see that I am getting some kills. It's just not the most powerful special weapon in the world. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I hope the Pixel Gun company watches this and they change the stats of this thing so it's more powerful than the laser spear, so there is a bit of a difference, because right now it's like the exact same thing as it, and there's just more desirable weapons to use. If this thing is as slow as it is, you can just use a sniper rifle with a faster firing rate and get those headshots with the no-scope and do better with that. So, in the end, is it really kind of that worth it? Probably not. But then again, it is really cool. I mean, hey, look at, you shoot out this curling little blue thing at the enemies, and it's just, I don't know, it's a really cool design for a weapon. So I think it could turn into a much more powerful weapon than it is right now. It's just really easy for enemies to avoid it at this point, so just keep that in mind when you're using this thing. You're going to die a lot when you are using this, because you can't compete against most other weapons in this game. But you still can, on occasion. As you have seen, I have gotten some kills in this video, but like that guy right there, he was at long range, not even a chance. No chance of taking that guy out. You just have to find people at close range, at the closest ranges possible, and that's where you're going to do well when you are using the Adamant Spear. You can do well. I have done well before when I have used this thing, but, you know, most of the time you're just not going to get the greatest gameplay in the world. I mean, as you all have seen here, I've gotten maybe in total about 5 kills so far in this video, which is certainly not that great. The laser spear, when it was first released, was a very powerful weapon at the time, but there have been so many more powerful weapons released since that point that now The laser spear is kind of obsolete. Not too many people use the laser spear anymore, and because of that, since this weapon has the exact same stats of the laser spear, it's really not going to be your ideal weapon in Pixel Gun 3D. So in total, it's going to say that I got a grand total of 6 kills. I got closer to about 8 or 9 kills. It's just that people had that resurrection gadget, and, they ended up resurrecting. But for 9 kills for a weapon as expensive as this thing is, I'm kind of disappointed, honestly. I mean, I feel like this weapon should easily be able to get at least like 15 kills, 18 kills in a match that you go into for your average player. But, it's just not as powerful as I would have thought this weapon would have been when I first saw it in Pixel Gun 3D. I thought, hey, with the name Adamant, oh my god, that's probably meaning it's the most powerful that you can get in this game. But turns out it wasn't. There are the champion weapons in Pixel Gun 3D that obviously are a bit better than this one. So, yeah, in the end, is it the greatest thing in the world? No. Obviously, if you encounter things like the Ghost Lantern, it's not going to do very well against those weapons. Like this guy has the Nanobots rifle, you're not going to beat that thing when you're using this thing. Now, there are weapons that you can beat, but just keep in mind, a lot of the times, you're going to be pretty mad when you're using this thing because you just can't seem to land a shot on an enemy because it has such a slow traveling time. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, look at how long it takes to hit an enemy, and every time I have had the thing go towards an enemy, the enemy has ran away before this thing actually hit them. It's just ridiculous. The only time I'm actually hitting people is like right now, where they're standing still, like Gold Ripper right there. But then again, it doesn't register that it's a kill, and it's just a complete failure anyways, so yeah. Is it a complete failure of a weapon, though? No, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just, there are so many other OP weapons in this game, and it seems like almost everybody is using them in this match, that it's just obsolete. It's a weapon that would have done really, really well if it was released in 2016. But it was released now in late 2017, and it's just not that great. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how much else I can say about this thing. I'm just disappointed when I see it. It's just, there's no difference between this and the laser spear. Should you get it? Obviously not. Don't get a weapon that is exactly the same as the laser spear. Just get the laser spear, and you'll have the exact same gameplay as this thing. If you do desire to get this weapon, use this weapon in the closest ranges possible. As you can see, in this range, literally right next to an enemy player, I'm not doing that bad. I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting some kills with this thing. But you have to literally be a foot away from an enemy if you want to actually take them out when you're using this thing. You have to basically use this weapon as a melee weapon in Pixel Gun 3D if you want to use it well. So, I mean, do you want to have a special weapon as a melee? I don't think I do, so I'm not going to probably be using this weapon that much in Pixel Gun 3D. If I was to rate this weapon between 1 and 10, I'd give this weapon like a 7.5 out of 10. It is still pretty good, but it's just not your ideal weapon in late 2017 in the special section. There are other ones that I think could have been a whole lot better than this released in this most recent updates. Now, I've yet to review most of the weapons from this update, so we're not going to give away any hints of those new weapons, but you guys can see. Of course, in this match here, everybody's using the two most OP weapons, the Christmas Ultimatum, and they're using the Ghost Lantern constantly, / Soulstone. Seems like that's what literally everybody's using right now. You just see ghosts constantly all over the place and stuff, and that definitely doesn't make a weapon like the Laser Spear or the Adamant Spear do very well. So, try to avoid the matches like the one that I am in right now, and you'll do pretty well. Obviously, unfortunately, most people who play this game are complete noobs, so they end up only using those weapons anyways, so it's pretty hard to find a match where people are actually using some skilled weapons in Pixel Gun 3D like this one. But as you all can see, whenever I get really close to an enemy player, I do pretty well. So that is one thing this weapon does well, and that is getting in the closest ranges out there. You gotta be aggressive when you use this thing. You gotta get real up close and personal, and just hope the person doesn't have the Soul Stone to end up, well, killing you when you're using this thing up against them. You're gonna die a lot when you use this thing. That's just something you have to keep in mind. So expect a lot of death when you are using the Adamant Spear. So we got a grand total of 13 kills. Pretty average when you're using this weapon. You're going to expect around 10 to 15 kills most times in matches that you go into. In Silent School, it might be a little bit less because it is pretty easy to avoid this thing since it is so slow at traveling. But, hey, it's definitely not the worst special weapon in the world, that's for sure. You take this weapon up against, I don't know, the frickin' Simple Flamethrower. Obviously, this thing is going to literally destroy the Simple Flamethrower and do really well. There was another kill right there that didn't actually register as one because of that resurrection gadget, but hey, it's whatever. I don't really care. I've basically covered everything that I needed to cover about this weapon. There's no doubt that this weapon looks cool, though. I mean, if looks or anything, you gotta go get this thing, guys. I mean, my god. If I was somebody solely basing my decision of weapons to get based off of if they look cool, I mean, this is about as cool as you can get for a weapon in Pixel Gun 3D in terms of the way it looks. It's really, really cool. Maybe I can do a comparison between this thing and the Poseidon Tridents, if you guys want to see that. I'm not 100% sure. Do you? Let me know down below. But other than that, yeah, that's basically it. 7.5 out of 10 for this weapon. Not your ideal weapon, but it certainly is better than some of the other ones in this game. There's another guy using the dual cryo pistols, which means I'm going to get even worse gameplay with this thing now, because this thing versus the dual cryo pistols, obviously, the dual cryo pistols are by far the superior weapon. This guy has the Poseidon Trident, another superior weapon to this, but hey, it's whatever. I'm having fun, and that's really the most important thing. If you're looking for a fun weapon, this weapon does bring fun. It's a lot of fun to just, you know, throw this thing, have this gigantic spear in your hand, you swing it, and then somehow this gigantic beam of light just comes out in a curling motion and just destroys the enemies in the process of doing so. It's fun. There's no doubt about that. And if you can land those shots on rare occasion when people aren't jumping around like idiots, like it's freaking Infinite Warfare, yeah, you can do really well. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys stayed till the end. If you guys did, comment the words mashed potatoes. I want to see how many people actually stayed till the end. If you did, you're freaking awesome. You're a true OG. I appreciate ya. You're freaking awesome. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, I'd appreciate it a lot if you left a like down below. I've already reviewed several other weapons from this most recent update. I've reviewed the Wyvern, I've reviewed the Champion Automatic Peacemaker, or the Champion Peacemaker as it's called, the Anti-Champion Rifle, and now we have this weapon, and then I'm going to be reviewing another weapon very soon after this later today. So stay tuned for that video when it does get posted. Like I said, if you turn on notifications, you'll see when this thing does get posted, and yeah, that's basically it. So hope you all did enjoy the gameplay that I got with this weapon. I just don't recommend getting it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.